the night before, pretty much. So, and you all went to bed. So the next morning, you just wake up, you just go downstairs, and you see Thomas talking to Bilbo up at the bar, and there's a breakfast laid on for you. So he's sitting down, munching away, and Bilbo comes over, big smile on his face. He goes, "Oh, seems that you gentlemen were very busy last night."
Is this after our adventure, or?
I don't know why you're insinuating so.
Well, I heard that he's got rid of those pesky ghosts up at the Tree Farden Stone. And Thomas was so grateful that he gave us the rooms for free, but I still had to pay for the food, but that's grand. And his wonderful children are outside packing up the cart. So whenever you're ready, we'll set off.
Well, we'll just have a little bit of food and then we'll go, I see.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah, well, we have a full day's ride ahead of us, so whenever you're ready, I'll be out at the cart. So Bilbo kind of waves at Thomas and he walks outside.
So where are we going again, guys?
I can't talk. I've got like a lot of food in my mouth.
So going to Oatbarton.
It has been.
These are going to Oatbarton up in North Farthing.
Okay.
OAT Barton, as in Clint Barton, Hawkeye, the greatest Avenger.
I love the way you spelt OAT. I just said Barton.
any excuse to say an Avenger.
So,
okay.
What are you doing? Are you eating breakfast or?
Oh, scoffing it.
Yeah. I'd say breakfast would go quite conversationless, especially with Morin.
So you see breakfast, and you say your goodbyes to a sheepish-looking Thomas.
Bye, Thomas.
But before we go, since the breakfast is very, very I don't think we're going to be able to finish it. I do ask for something to put the rest of it in so we can take it with us.
Thomas has already given you the day's rations anyway.
Oh yeah, but this is the good stuff, not that ration stuff. So,
well, he takes out a little handkerchief and puts a couple of sausages into it and ties it and hands it to you and says, "That's for all the good stuff you did for us, and we won't say anything more about those ghosts."
Oh yeah, we won't. Except that we're not afraid of them, you know.
It makes me feel good.
You all have a chuckle. You just go outside and you see Bilbo sitting on the cart and he's patting Kitty. Isn't that the name of the pony?
Yeah, Kitty's the name of the pony, yeah.
He's patting Kitty and he's waiting for you. Where you all sitting? Well, I'd say, Morin, you're obviously driving, are you?
Oh yeah, I'm driving. I don't know how good I am, but actually, let's face it, Kitty does most of the driving.
Well, there we know where you are sitting, so you're up the front with Bilbo and the other two are in the back.
Yeah, where there's more headroom.
With equipment. So Bilbo goes, "Yep, off we go." So you head across towards the Northway Road, and you head straight up towards Oatbarton. You kind of notice that the surrounding lands, it's all kind of farmland and stuff as you're heading up. And over on the west, you can see the water, the river, and the Binbold Wood where you fought the warg.
Oh, nice.
Remember that? Remember crossing that river, guys?
I do.
Do you remember when Gil got stuck up
when
a
I
tree?
fought that warg? And when I defeated the warg all by myself?
Some awesome fighting by you, Gil, I have to say.
It's kind of like all these adventures are tied into each other.
Yeah, they make a good book.
It is.
or
it's like there's some grand schema over them, making them tie in.
Call it God, if you will.
Some kind of story master.
And I'd say, if someone were to tell them vocally to other people, maybe once a week or something, that'd be great to listen to. But
do it. Or once every couple of months, as it
Oh,
happens
yes.
currently.
Every blue moon.
So you're just coming over this little bridge, and Bilbo's sitting there puffing away in his pipe, and he turns around and says, we've been together for so long now, but I still don't. Well, it's my fault really that I don't really know you, because I've been locked away studying old Tuck's map, and like I don't really know anything about you really. So as we're on a big long journey, so who wants to tell me a story about yourselves? Not about me, because my stories are so excellent, but whatever you want to talk about.
Well, if no one's gonna go first, I suppose I'll break the ice. I can tell you a little bit about myself. If I were to tell you everything, Jesus, you'd get to old age by the time I was finished. But did you know that I've been to the Shire before?
Oh no.
I can tell you, it was many years ago. When the dragon took, when I couldn't go back home. I decided to, visit other places. Was in a bit of a daze, so I couldn't really tell you for the life of me where I went to. But the end of my path, or should I say the beginning, I remember the Shire fondly, even though I was a bit of an outsider. By the time I got to the Shire, I had run out of food and gold. I just basically had me clothes and a couple of bips and bobs, a few tools. So the only thing I could fall back on is the fact that I'm a good fixer. So I started doing odd jobs around the place, And it was funny because the hobbits I met, in the back of my mind, I kept on waiting for them to go, to pint and start giving out or try and throw stuff at me to get rid of me, But they didn't mind at all. They started giving me lists of stuff to do, and if they didn't have the gold, they fed me, and they gave me a place to sleep. It was funny. They kept on saying, LugFang, you'll like this. They would never say it to my face, but they would often say I'm very short for a human, and I didn't bother telling them otherwise. But yeah, all the families were real nice. Well, actually, no, hang on. No, there was these one group, a woman and a man. I had just done a big job for them, repaired a bit of their roof and fixed a bit of their plumbing, and then fixed a couple of their pots. And we were talking about the price. And when I told them, they lost it. They were like, started calling me all the names out of under the sun. I learned, back then I thought I learned a few Hobbit curse words, but I've forgotten it by now. But yeah, I think they were called Saxville Bagginses. This wasn't like, I think that's what they're called. It was East Farden anyway. You probably don't know them. But
yeah.
I
know them all right.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Well, that could be your story, Mr. Bilbo, because I nearly finished mine. But anyway, I barely got anything out of them, but I wasn't too happy. But when I left, I took a keepsake, and now I don't like to, as you know me, I don't like to smoke that often. But every now and then, when I'm thinking of that fateful time, anyway, and I take out of my satchel this little small cloth, and I open it up, and in it is a very, very big pipe. But it could, in my hands, obviously, it's not small. But suggesting that this is what I took for them without them knowing, and then I just go, yeah, yeah, but that's a little bit that not many people would know.
Yeah, I know the Saxville Baggins. When I was on my adventure, they tried to ransack my house and take it for their own.
I'm not surprised, Mr. Bilbo. They seemed like they seemed like not nice people. Yeah.
Good save. A shower of not nice people.
There you go. Oh, I have a question. I do have a question. Gil.
Yes.
You don't need to answer this, but I've been, again, when I first met you, it wouldn't be my place to ask questions, but I feel like we've kind of like Master Bilbo was saying, we've gotten to know each other. So and you might not, I might be putting you on the spot, and if I'm embarrassing you, you don't have to answer. But what's the story behind all this? I'm presuming it's just a joke that's caught on, but this fire business, like, how did it go about, and what really happened?
I'll tell you. So this was years ago. I was I want to be an adventurer, and everyone knows this, and everyone makes fun of me, but I want to be like Mr. Bilbo. So one day, I swear to God, I saw a ghostly white thing at the back of the village, and I know I saw it. So I bravely took my torch and I went to see what it was. I definitely didn't get very scared, drop my torch, turn around and run away. But just say that something happened. I realized if I didn't tell anyone, the whole village was going to burn down. So I sounded the alarm and they saved the day. But they didn't believe me about the ghost thing that I saw. So they just think I set the village on fire on purpose, which I didn't. It was an accident.
You seem very sincere anyway, so I believe you. But surely now that you being a warg slayer, they'll probably, like, when word gets mentioned to you again, they'll think that maybe that you definitely did see whatever that white thing was. What did it look like?
They don't. It was cheap. I thought it was an angel, to be honest. But that's ridiculous, isn't it?
Was it around my sort of height?
A little bit.
Could it? Do you think it could have been maybe a lost elf who was maybe drunk, was wandering around the Shire? That's all.
I'm
not
there was
saying
talk of
that's
there's
what
elves
happened.
and dwarves. No, but dwarves and elves are not strangers to my part of Shire.
We
There
don't
hadn't
make
been any for
announcements.
years.
Mm.
Yeah, but there hadn't been any for years.
Well,
and this thing was, I got a bad feeling about it. So I don't know. But either way, it wasn't my fault. The torch slipped out my hand when I bravely retreated to the safety of my hobbit hole. So there.
Bilbo gives you a smile and pats you on the back.
Thanks for telling us the truth. It's good to know these things if we're going adventuring, And you're finally going adventuring. Sure, you fought a warg, so
Yeah, and I was very brave again.
Living out your dream.
Yeah.
And what about you, Master Elf?
I've told the boys a lot of what I remember. I haven't got the best of memory. I'm assuming that it's to do with the incident with the boat when it was lost at sea, washed up on shore. As the boys will tell you, I had no recollection of really who it was. Bits do come back to me, but I mean, hearing the stories of living amongst the hobbits and living a peaceful life, it brings to mind the few happy years that I had amongst the men. And it was, let's just say, I got in touch with my inner demons sometimes using alcohol. So a lot of these stories that are
Cordale.
Well, no. This is the reason for the Cordale.
Well, that makes sense.
A lot of these memories do seem to be triggered, let's say, by alcohol. So I try to stay away because there's quite a lot of painful memories physically from the battle that we had at sea with a beast who I can only describe as a sea dragon. But I mean, I don't really want to relive that. So I'd rather concentrate on the fun times that we've had and the fun times that hopefully we're going to have as a group.
Ah.
Let's all hug LugFang.
Oh,
I've got this look of
God,
like
you giant.
I've got this look of shock when he mentions dragon and sea in the same sentence of like, I've got all these questions I want to ask you, but you've just said that you want to forget those bad memories.
You know, it's almost like a plot device.
And a little tear comes out of my eye. But you don't know if it's sad because of what you just said or the fact that I might never find out the battle that you had.
One
Something
day,
tells me
God,
we
so
might
green.
someday.
one day, Morin, we will share a drink and we will talk in private.
I'll look forward to that day, but only if you're ready, my friend. Only if you're ready.
Bilbo
I'm sure
sits
it will
back
be
and
one day.
puffs away in his pipe with a big smile on his face. So he's traveling up the road another hour or so, and he's kind of notice Bilbo looking up in the sky and smiling. Give us a perception check.
Go to get the old
Please.
out and not be looking at the map.
Perception.
Perception.
My favorite
How to
role.
do
Perception.
everything. Forgot
Perception.
how
Yeah.
to do that.
Roll 20.
Perception.
It requires adding, as far as I remember.
Roll your 20 dice.
I get a 13.
Plus one.
I got a 16
11.
plus 4, 20.
He's all passed, so he's all kind of look up and see what he's looking at. And in the distance in the sky, you see 3 or 4 giant eagles just flying up past you, and Bilbo kind of smiling, kind of thinking about the days where he was sailing on their backs. That's it, really.
Well, we know the rumor of him being on the Eagles, yeah.
Yeah, well, he got saved by the eagles when they were getting chased by the wargs and the goblins. Him and Thorin's company and the eagles came and
I
saved
remember
him.
well.
Yeah.
So you can speak to animals too, Mr. Baggins?
No, I just think they're glorious creatures.
I just think they're neat.
You're awesome. Zan.
If ever you meet them again, don't forget to give them a little hootity hoot hoot from me.
No, I just it just brings back memories of me and my friends when we were going up to Erebor to fight Smaug. And the Battle of Five Armies where I don't know if you were there, Morin, were you? I think you're like a dwarf yourself. You look like a warrior.
I get
Like
this
my-
look of as if I've been punched in the stomach, and I'm like
Psychic punch.
I'm like,
LugFang's like, sorry, memories, sorry.
I go, unfortunately, no, I wasn't, Mr. Bilbo.
I know that
then
all dwarfs were.
I kind of like, just kind of like say, come on, kitty, let's get going. And I kind of have this cold shoulder now, not to the group, but to the conversation.
Bilbo looks at you, but his pipe goes.
I give him a quick look and you go like, and I say, it's a story for another time.
All right, we'll get you drunk soon.
I don't laugh, but
It's the first time you haven't been drunk in any adventure.
It can be messy when you drink out and in character, let's just say. Very messy.
So you're chatting away, eating and drinking on the way up, and the sun is starting to set, and you just after getting past the little eastern road that brings you towards the mines of the Broken Boars and the hills of Scary. Bilbo suggests that you find a nice spot to camp for the night, and more importantly, eat some dinner. So which one of you are going to scout for a suitable area?
Who's the best? I've got high what scouting involved?
This
Mr.
is where
DM.
Scouting the explore and stuff like that.
I'd say there'd be people that don't know how to do it. Can you give us a brief rundown?
Well, all you do is just roll do a roll, the explore roll, and then if you get a certain
I've got
number on the
+2.
dice, you find a nice little spot.
Oh, cool. That's simple. Awesome.
Yeah, that's all it is, really.
And
Okay.
Explore. I've only got 2 on Explore, so I don't know if I'm that good or
I've
not.
got 2 on. I've got +2 on explore.
I
Yeah.
got 0.
Okay, me or you then, Morin?
I say in character, would you be more kind of stealthy than I would? I tend to spook things, so
Yeah, okay, that's fine. I'll go and have a little scout ahead, see what I can see.
Give us an explore roll, please.
Oh yeah, Captain.
You fail. You all sleep.
7 + 2, 9. Probably did fail.
No, you didn't know.
Nah.
So you find a nice little
dies.
area just off the side of the road. You pull in with the pony and you set up the camp and stuff. So he's just sitting there eating and drinking. And who's going to be the lookout for tonight?
You two get asleep if you want. I have my elf.
Oh, LugFang's going to do everything.
Well, is there not
sleep?
I don't mind a bit of sleep, but is there not something you elves should be doing? No.
She only sleeps for 4 hours or something, isn't it? He meditates or something. It's
yeah,
weird.
we sleep half of what everyone else does. So if you want to take a shift each, that's fine.
I sleep lots, so I'll go to bed.
You just turn around and Bilbo's already asleep.
Yeah, Bilbo.
I'll tell you what. I don't mind doing a bit as long as I get a lie in later. So
I'll tell you then. You take first shift, and then when you're feeling a bit sleepy, give us a shout.
LugFang, that is a great suggestion. I'll do that, so you can meditate in peace.
Is that what they call it these days?
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Hey
So,
yo.
The nightfall comes and there's a heavy fog rolling in around the land around the camp.
Oh shite!
And Morin
Morin
is sitting beside he's sitting beside the fire, and he starts to hear growling noises and glowing eyes from beyond the edge of sight, which wakes up the rest of the party and starts to scare poor old Kitty.
Well, I'll go over, light a few torches and hand them to the group.
Give us a charisma saving throw, please.
Oh Jesus!
All of you.
Oh, she haven't got
Right,
very good charisma, I don't think.
It's charisma.
Charisma.
Oh crap! I'm bad at this. Oh god, I get a 3.
12.
Where's charisma?
At the very bottom of your stats.
13.
Okay.
You might have something in your saving throws. You might have a bonus to, like, I don't, but you might have.
Yeah, I do actually.
My charisma
bonus.
My charisma in saving throws says 3.
Well, then you've got +3 to whatever you rolled. That's what you should be looking at when you have to make a crit.
Bilbo failed anyway.
I failed. I got
+3, 16.
I got 15.
So, who got below 10?
Nope.
Yeah, just doing the numbers again. Yeah, 3.
Just double checking. Yes.
Just need to just double check. Well, triple checking at this stage.
You failed by, so you get 2 shadow points from the dread.
What?
And yeah. You literally said shite.
Sorry.
But so did Bilbo, but because you got 5 less, you get no sleep, and the next day you're shattered on the journey up to Oatbarton.
Crap.
So you're grumpy little dwarf.
Where do I put shadow points now? This is totally new. Is it in where shadow score?
Yeah, it's on the right hand side of your thing. It's just above.
Can you get rid of them? No.
You can when I think it's if you go into an inn or you have a big long rest.
Alright. So me and LugFang don't.
No,
way.
because you passed the
So-
charisma.
No,
See,
he doesn't.
there will be charisma. Usually, if I say there's a charisma check, it's because of shadow points. And if you pass it, then
Sometimes.
you don't get them.
So what's the sorry? I'm grumpy.
You're grumpy the next day because you get no sleep. Because
I have any negative kind of.
no, you're just grumpy. No, I'm not going to do the whole exhaustion thing. That's just stupid. I don't
That
like it.
is the one horrible mechanic in every single D&D thing. It's just.
I don't like it. So we'll just say that you're grumpy. And
Yeah, I
you're
like Lord of the Rings.
tired, and you're just be.
Want to go to bed.
Fine.
So daybreak happens, and Morin's still sitting there at the fire, staring out. Bilbo wakes up. He's a bit kind of shook because of the shadow points and all the growling and stuff, but everyone else is grand.
Hey.
Morning.
He's have a quick breakfast, and he's pack up back on the pony.
I'm
and
taking my time.
kicking the embers.
I'll take however long I need.
I am taking my anger out in the fire, but only the fire. And I spend my time, and then I pack, and I'm grumbling to myself, and I was like, yeah, and I'm giving out to myself. Oh, I'll take the first watch. I'm not giving out to the group. I'm just giving out to myself.
Right.
Give it out to us, guys. What the fuck?
I'll send you the second map from where you are now up to Oatbarton to show you how far it is.
Ooh, very nice.
Do-do-do-do.
So as you can see, you can still see the forest or the woods that you were in before on the left-hand side.
Yeah, very big.
Yeah, so you travel up, and it's almost midday when you catch sight of the first houses of the village of Oatbarton. It's a modest size village with extensive oat fields around. That's where it obviously gets its name from.
Yeah.
Their stone houses seem to emerge from this like a sea of long stalks of oat. It's spring, but it's the hints of winter are still there. Like they're kind of your toes are cold, kind of thing. You know, it's still nippy in the air. And
That's why he's so grumpy.
Yep, you're getting hungry at this stage because it's lunchtime, and even before you take your first steps onto the cobblestones, the cobblestone courtyard that serves the heart of the village, you can smell the scent of roast chicken and, best of all, potatoes.
What do you do with them?
And you can see the hard-working farmers of Oatbarton are gathered in the centre of the village for their lunch, sitting at long tables shaded by a large pavilion of tents. Tents. Bilbo just turns and stretches and goes, the search for the famous club can wait. I'm starving. So he walks over to a large table. Good afternoon, my good people. But would you have any room and food for some tired travelers? And a hobbit kind of stands up. He walks over to him and goes, aye, you can sit down over there. How many of you is there? He said, there's 4. He goes, yeah, so 2 can sit there beside Gilbert and Laura, and you 2 can sit over here beside Agrobard, my wife, and Arnor. And he shakes Bilbo's hand, and Bilbo goes, thank you very much. And you all sit down.
Well, I go, it's all right. I'll eat my food on the wagon and keep Kitty company. And I give this kind of grumpy look.
Arnor just goes,
grumpy.
okay, no problem. I'll get my wife to bring you over some food, and Master Dwarf. We get a lot of your kind around here, and we actually are famous for our dwarven stout, if you want to try some.
What you mean about you people?
I said your kind, you people.
It's not what you said, it's the way you looked. Grand, I'll have some of that then.
You want that stout or not? Bilbo kind of, don't worry about him. He didn't get much sleep last night. There was an awful fog, and we heard some noises and stuff. And for a dwarf, he's very skittish.
And I mumble away, and I'm under my breath. You had to say, I'll do the first watch.
So the 3 of you sit down, and Morin is eating away on the thing, and he's like, so what brings you up here? This is pretty far north for such a eclectic group of travelers.
Now, would we tell them what we're there for? Lee, Gil.
Bilbo's just
No.
noshing away. Nom 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 nom.
That sort of establishment.
It's a very different thing. Yeah. We're trying to retrieve an item for Mr. Bilbo, right, Mr. Bilbo?
He just looks up and, oh, yeah, we're looking for Bilbo's club.
Yeah,
Eloquent
what he
as
said.
ever.
The club.
And Arnor just goes, Bilbo's club. That's it's up the road there, Kingsworthy. That's the last place I ever heard it was. Give me either an intelligence or a charisma check, please.
Both of us.
Yeah, I'll let Morin do it as well because he's in the earshot. He's just being grumpy.
I don't want to do it.
which one am I doing? Sorry.
I've
Whatever
got
one
good
you
hearing.
want.
So what is it?
Investigation,
Which one of the two?
Intelligence or
investigation
charisma?
or persuasion, one or the other.
Oh,
Investigation.
investigation.
Oh, I didn't read the second part that I had in brackets.
Persuasion.
Investigation, so
14.
They're both +1 anyway. Right,
what's
hang on.
nice cocked?
Pardon?
14.
I got 19.
That's grand. So Gilbert turns around to Gil.
Nice name, by the way.
He goes, hey, there, Kingsworthy up the road there. And Gilbert goes, what did he say? And then his wife Laura goes, he said, Kingsworthy, it's a abandoned structure about a day's travel up into the northern moors. That's where the last we heard of the club. And Arnor turns around to LugFang and says, the local children, well, the rowdier local children, they play a game called Bull Roarers Club, where they kind of pick up sticks and run into the field and batter each other with them.
That sounds very dangerous.
Health and safety, LugFang is back.
I shout.
Someone would lose an eye.
I like the sound of I like the sound of that game.
And Arnor goes, does anyone hear something?
I can hear a muffled voice from outside.
Fine, I'll go back to eating my food. Not that
No,
nice.
come over, Joy. Come on, Master Dwarf. Come over. Look, I have a nice drink of dwarven ale or stout over here for you. Come on.
All right, I'll come over.
Come on.
It's like when you got a ball.
Oh, look at him.
Dog, I'm like,
he's all skittish. Don't look at him in the eyes.
Where's the stout? Right, scooch over. Give me some room.
The famous dwarven call.
Dwarfy.
So you sit down beside
to make him a bit of space.
You're sitting beside Gilbert. And what did you get in your role, Morin?
14.
Yeah.
Oh, Morin, yeah, what you get?
Now, don't upset me again or I'll go back. I got a 4.
A 4?
Yeah, stupid rolling. The same dice. It rolled a 3 and then rolled another 3 now. +1 is 4.
Tell you what, I'll roll for Bilbo.
I'm changing my dice back to my duck dice.
Okay, so Bilbo, Arnor turns to Bilbo and goes, but if you're heading up that way, be a bit careful. There's rumours about a ghost haunting Kingsworthy. Like a few travellers, like dwarves and stuff, have seen a shadow on the moors and he kind of just disappears. So just keep an eye out.
We're experienced with ghosts.
Tell me about that.
Well, between you and me.
Well, it's between us 20 people sitting here at the table, but yeah, go ahead.
Between you and we.
you and me.
I don't really believe they exist.
You don't.
It's just kids. It's kids with sheets over their heads. I've seen it.
I give Gil a bit of kind of slap on the back and say, don't mind my friend. He's having a jest. We believe that ghosts, you can confuse them with kids in sheets, but they're definitely real and not. You shouldn't go near them. They can be quite dangerous.
Ghost kids.
Well, if
But
they
they're very
died when
small,
they're young,
wouldn't they? If
yeah,
we're
that can
Hobbit kids
happen.
to be tiny.
If they carry on hitting each other with sticks, they will be.
That'll do it.
That's only a game. We all grew up. Like, it didn't do us any harm. You see some bloke walking into a wall. Don't mind
His
him.
name
he's-
Wallen, is it?
Don't mind him.
Well, tell us more about your tale. What have you?
I don't have a tail.
No, about this ghost you are saying. Like, how do you know it's a ghost? It could be someone after falling into flour.
It
do
could be
many
anything
different
else.
It's like it's just you kind of see a figure and then he disappears. So, ghost.
Could be a human going or a hobbit going for a wash, in the river.
Could be a kid in a blanket. Just saying.
Could be a drunken elf.
Could be
All
Oh,
I'm saying
no.
is it could be anything.
Yeah, but
We're not afraid.
We're not.
people have been bringing the story down to us and saying that it's a ghost, like travelers that are coming down from the Blue Mountains and different areas.
Is
Maybe.
there,
I
is
look.
there, is there
I use
anybody
I look
around
at the-
who has
With the,
seen
I look.
it with
I look
their
at.
eyes?
I look at Lou. I look at LugFang and Morin and go. Is this another case for Gil and the boys?
Are we
I think
making
it
that a
would
thing?
be.
Are we?
I mean, it's the best name I could think of.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I don't like it as much, but I'll go with it.
I thought it was Gil the Wog Slayer and the boys.
It's a bit wordy. I think it's better.
Gil
just
the
Gil.
Wog
It doesn't
Slayer.
roll off the tongue as much.
The winner of pipe smoking and
Yeah.
banisher of ghosts.
And the boys.
I rather like.
And the boys.
I'm just throwing this out, but I rather like the nights and day drinkers of Cordale.
Gil and the boys. It is.
Dale and the boys, it is. That one doesn't roll off the tongue unless you had a few whiskeys, then it would.
What about Bilbo Baggins' sons? Let's get it, sons, kids.
Is this a bad time, Mr. Bilbo, to say how close you got to those dwarves? Okay, get my coat.
All your women have beards, so I don't know. So I cuddled up to someone.
You're telling me.
Absolutely.
Why it's so hard to find them.
All right, so after the hearty meal and some stout, you decide to set off to Kingsworthy. You're told that you should reach there by nightfall, and it would be the best to leave the pony and cart, as the North Moors can be hard to travel on your ponies. You gather whatever equipment, so what are you taking, which is
Our walking sticks.
obviously,
Yeah, we will.
it's just your usual adventure kit. And
Yeah,
your
adventure
weapons.
kit. And yeah, my
Adventure kit, walking stick. I'll take. Should I take me bow or should I take me sword? Or can I take both?
Take boat.
Take
I've
both.
got me bow.
I can carry both,
Your
can't
little
I? Unhinged.
Your little stabby thing.
Little stabby
Yeah,
thing.
okay. I'll take
But
my
like
weapons.
what's it called? Dagger. What a dagger having?
Yeah, stabby thing. Yep.
Cha 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 cha.
Stab.
Gil warming up his dagger before we leave.
Gil's got the bloodlust again. Cha cha cha.
That dog.
The dagger's still in its sheet.
Don't want to be dangerous. Just that.
Mr. DM,
Yeah.
I have make light of burdens, which means I can carry. I have double my carrying capacity. So could I bring nearly everything I have?
Yeah, whatever you want to bring.
Like my smithing tools is kind of like there's an anvil and everything, but I'm kind of thinking the small stuff,
You're sticking an anvil on your back.
To be honest with you, I probably could.
You're slowing us down, Morin. I've got an anvil.
It
You
counts
never
as my
know.
shield. No, but everything bar
I'm
the kitchen.
drowning in the pond. Let go of the anvil.
Never.
The anvil has a name. It's called the kitchen sink. No, no, everything bar that, because that seems like it'll be.
Yeah, you
just
can bring
ridiculous.
whatever. Well, because you have that, you can bring whatever you think you need.
Put the cart in your pocket and the pony.
Yeah, stick it on your back.
I'll carry.
I'll go in
Kitty.
your pocket too.
Probably
Put
wouldn't.
it in your pockets.
It wouldn't. I don't think I'd go over my capacity because it's doubled. So, but yeah, everything bar the anvil and the really really heavy stuff. But
Yeah, that's no problem. So
we might need
you,
it. I've got me
He's
tools if I need something fixing.
you say
I've got
goodbye
me short
to
sword.
Arnor and all the rest of them, and
Bye, the rest of them.
Bye.
you start the
Bye.
long trek. I'll send you the map now.
Now.
It's the same big map. It's just split into bits.
Would have been good to have mentioned and asked them about that thing we seen the night before.
Yeah. Maybe it's the same thing.
What thing?
Remember that thing that made me all grumpy until I had a meal and a
All
coffee.
the noises and the eyes and the distance and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, you can ask them if you want before you go. So
Yeah,
Arnor's
just,
turning around and
Before we go.
you call out to him.
By the way.
Just
Yes.
sorry, just one, I want to apologize for the way I was earlier on. I was very grumpy for a dwarf and didn't get much sleep last night. And just so I know if it happens again, is it normal when you camp outside to like a fog comes in and maybe like have people talked about like seeing weird eyes, red eyes and stuff in the fog?
Where did you camp?
Oh, and I point on the map.
That's just past the little turn off to the hills of Scary and the Broken Boars. There's tales about over there, like of people getting sick and seeing and hearing things down the mines. Like there's a big mining place, so
There's our mine there.
that's where the famous Hobbit mines are. Yeah.
That might have been something to put on this basic map.
So you can't see it in this map because it doesn't show.
Oh, cool.
you.
I thought we had a crude map.
East
So I'm kind
Farding.
of saying that'd be kind of like, so what's it called again? The mines?
It's the Broken Boars and the hills of Scary.
LugFang just leans in and just goes, sorry, can I just ask, did you say Hobbit mines?
Yeah, we are
Is that-
mining folk just like the
Is
dwarves.
that how hobbits come about? The mine from underground?
No,
Don't be
we're-
ridiculous. Honest
It's
to
only
God.
dwarves.
No, look, why do you think we live in hobbit holes? Well,
That's
some
what
of us do.
that's what I was thinking. Is this some
Underground
sort
dwelling.
of? Okay.
This
Sorry.
is where
It depends what part, which farding you're from. Some of us live in like stone buildings, others in hobbit holes. Some of them even live in kind of buildings on stilts up over near a needle bowl.
Do you have many seafaring hobbits?
There's not many seas around here. There's the river.
Mm.
There is
Well-
boats, like we sail down the rivers and stuff, but we wouldn't be kind of a sea folk. We're more of
No.
a insular community of well-adjusted hobbits.
Okay.
Speak for yourself.
Is that
Okay.
it, or can I go
I-
back?
Is
I
that
have
all
to
you
go
want
back
now?
to work. We have to get all this oak chopped up and brought in.
just one last question before you go. Be quick. These broken boards and hills are scary. Has anyone ever looked into the cause of it all?
There's been a few people, but the people that own the mines, they don't really want bad press because it costs money.
Tories.
Tories. You probably know them.
Understandable.
I think the Sackville Bagginses are involved somewhere.
Oh wait, it's their problem. Yeah, okay, screw that. I mean, yeah, right.
But it's a nice area. Like East Farding's grand, but not as good as North Farding.
Mm.
If I have to say so myself. Like we have lovely dwarven stout and
I
food, and that's all we need.
I
A
agree.
bit cold in the
Northerners
winter,
are
but
better.
well, it's the nicest stout so far I've tasted in this area anyway. So thanks for that.
no problem.
Actually, where's my brain going? Supplies. How much for a barrel?
Ooh, a barrel of ale.
Yeah, I forgot the essentials, lads. The essentials.
Are you
For
going to
you.
carry a barrel of ale?
Well, a small barrel, but I should be able to, considering. I'm not too sure if I have my I on my character sheet, and for anyone at home, we're probably doing this wrong, but I have written down 169 pounds is what I can carry. So is that doubled then? Or did anybody else write it down?
I didn't write down how much weight I can carry.
I didn't see.
I knew.
I
it
mean,
would
I'm a
come down.
hobbit, so it's going to be low.
Carry weight, encumbered, heavy encumbered. Well, you have that special thing that doubles it, don't you?
Yeah, so it would be, if we do stone, it'd be 24 stone. That's it doubled. So how much is a barrel?
If you remember, you're walking up looking for a club, walking on moors. So do you really want to carry
Yeah.
a barrel?
Well, that's the
of
thing.
ale?
That's the thing. Us dwarves are like really good at short distances. So like, as long as it isn't too far away, I'll be fine.
That's great.
Hour away.
I'll tell you what, I'll do you a deal. I'll give you a small barrel for 4 coppers.
I thought I was expecting more. Not a character. Oh, 4 coppers. Ooh, that's I suppose I could be considering. Oh,
4 tea coppers?
4 with tea? No, you can keep your tea. 4 coppers, yeah, I suppose, like, yeah. Okay, yeah.
It gives you, it's
It's
like one
kinda-
of those small kegs you get out of Tesco. You know, the little ones with the
Oh,
little
it's
cap
not a
on
big
them?
one. Like as big as my
No.
head, no? Oh,
No, it's a small one.
it'll do. How many
4 coppers, like.
drinks can I get out of it?
You get it, say 6 or 7.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And enough for Sharon and the rest of myself.
Yeah. That's
So
grand.
give us 2 then.
So,
I'm serious. Give us 2.
all right.
Yeah, that's
so
fine. Yeah, I can carry.
mark 8 coppers off your thing.
So is it? Is it
Look fine.
10?
Go on.
Sorry, 10 coppers to 1 penny. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
10 coppers to 1 silver. Isn't it?
Yeah,
silver,
sorry, it's just 1 silver. That's what I meant. Cool. So apologies.
look. LugFang leans into Gil. He's like, maybe this will cheer him up.
Don't it?
And Bilbo goes, "Are we ready?"
Yeah, I've got my barrels. This might. Yeah, let's go.
So Bilbo sticks his cloak on, puts his hood up because it's getting a bit nippier now in the air. So
And you want to look cool.
it doesn't take long for you to notice the change in the landscape. The northern moors are an untamed wilderness filled with scrub brush, heather, and the occasional tree. The North Moors never ventured this far. Many don't. It's where the northern border of the Shire meets the hills of Evendom. We're lucky it's spring because this whole area would have been covered in snow if it was winter. There's tales of wild beasts and worse roaming around the moors. Tales that go all the way back to the time of Bull Roarer himself. But back then they weren't tales, but reality. Remember I told you about the Battle of Greenfields? This is where it kind of roundabout happened. Remember I told you Bull Roarer knocked the goblin king's head off?
I remember as well.
So it was around here. Jeez, it wouldn't.
Well,
know.
this is where the battles kind of happened. He knocked Golfimble's head off with the club. That's why they kind of call it golf, because his head sailed hundreds of yards away and went straight into a hole. And it's never been found.
And someone shouted, "Fucking hell!" Didn't hear the end of it.
So much for not swearing on this.
4 in hell, he said.
It's in the
He
4
said,
in hell.
4 in hell.
Yeah.
All in one.
So he's trudging along, and it's coming into evening time when you notice something not far away laying on the ground. So, just want to have a look, or
I think
give me an
we need to
investigation roll.
investigate,
Just,
yeah, before we get.
I'm not
to-
even going to ask you. Just give me an investigation.
Just give me one. Where is investigation again? Oh, it's
What's
this one.
my investigation again?
No, nat 20 sounds.
Oh, 30.
16.
16.
Investigation. Oh, got +4.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Ooh.
You got it with LugFang's one.
12.
Yeah, it's grand. So you go
Go
up,
on, do it.
and as you get closer, you just see this kind of big mass of 4, and because you got nat 20, you realize it's a warg, not unlike the one you fought in the woods a couple of days before. And
Kill.
give
Now's
us
your
a
chance.
insight roll, please. He's dead, by the way.
I was wondering. I was saying, like,
Insight,
+4
please.
again.
um,
Some +4.
Insight.
Where's the
Hang on, I'm
+4?
just trying to see what my
This
+2.
19.
Hang on. Hang
20,
on. Hang on. Oh,
22.
15.
Nice.
That's grand. So you go over, and who got 22?
Me.
You go over, and Gil kind of
Gil.
kicks it, just to make sure that it's
Kick
not
it
alive.
bravely.
I could have done that on a 2.
He kicks it, but then you just realize that the arrows that are stuck in it are much larger than a hob arrow. It'd be like a man-made arrow.
Can I take them and put them in my quill with my other arrows?
Give me a strength check.
Strength. Hang on. Strength.
Of an elf.
Am I?
Strength of a bear.
Oh, I have no modifiers on strength. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Ah. 6.
You go to pull one out and it snaps.
They've been here too long. That's all it is. It's nothing to do with my strength. It's they've wasted away.
And while you're doing that, you notice that the warg just beside where the arrow struck, you see the same branded mark that you've seen on the other warg. Of the gnashing teeth.
Look.
Gnashing teeth.
I'm sure he'll put the picture up again.
There's some gnashy teeth.
Did we ever find out what that means?
Not yet, you haven't.
Just.
I have a feeling we may at some point.
Ominous. Foreshadowing.
And Bilbo kind of looks at you and goes, have you seen that before?
Indeed we have.
It was on the. Where did we see it before? Whereabouts?
It was in the woods, wasn't it? Bimbold Woods.
It was on the other warg that he's killed.
On the other
Oh,
one.
yeah, it was branded on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like,
So
maybe. He kind of quickly sketches it down on a piece of paper, and he goes, I'll have to look through some of my books when I go home and see if this means anything.
Yeah.
So you leave the warg, and the final rays of light are beginning to fade when you arrive at Kingsworthy. It's a large stone house with a round tower. Give us an old lore check.
Old
lore.
Nah, 20, 21.
Both you's got nat 20s.
I found my mithril dice.
23 with me, both with me bonus.
A 10.
2 years are transported back into the past. Everything becomes clear.
Gil's standing there like, what? What happened?
Hello.
I think there was something in that mead and stout we just had.
Mm-hmm.
You've kind of heard old tales before that this used to be a hunting lodge back in the time of the kings in Norbury that used to rule kind of the Shire and the surrounding areas. So are you going to go inside, or?
Of course we are.
At this point, it's getting dark.
Bilbo goes, come on, we go inside and have a look around. The club has to be around here somewhere.
Excellent.
So you just go in and find the place is deserted.
Thank God.
There's evidence there has been people kind of using it as a shelter, wanderers and out of the rain and the snow.
Vagabonds.
And stuff like that. Yeah.
Are
But
we
it
gonna use it?
hasn't been inhabited regularly.
So
In a while.
Sorry, I have a
What's that?
speech impediment.
Did you bite your tongue again?
I did. Sorry about
Oh
that.
no.
Give us an investigation or a hunting check.
Oh God, that's ominous.
One or the other.
Oh, only one.
Whatever one's your best one.
14 for me. Investigation.
Or what? Hunting?
I will give a hunting.
Yeah, roll away.
I rolled
yeah,
a
right,
16 plus 4 is 19. It's
2.
20. 30, 20.
That's grand.
14 plus 2,
Yeah.
16.
You're all passed. So
Yes.
you spot, you're kind of looking around and you spot a fresher set of tracks on the ground. And you look kind of more carefully and it belongs to one or more hobbits. So there has been someone here not so long ago. And who got over 20?
Got a dirty 20.
Yeah, that's grand. So Morin walks over and he sees this big mantelpiece, and where you see a kind of plaque over it that looks like there was something on the plaque, kind of a hobbit, the length of a hobbit, but there doesn't seem to be anything there. But there was a chair kind of pushed up against it, so it looks like someone climbed up and took something down.
Tricky little hobbitses.
Could be what we were looking for. Could have been the Bull Roarers club. But like, if it was here, I'm surprised it didn't get taken a long time ago.
Well, Bilbo's like, damn it. He's like, we were so close. He goes, maybe if we could follow the tracks and see, can we find whoever took it?
Yeah, like I was thinking that myself.
Is it worth having a little look around and see if there's anything useful while we're here before we move on?
I have give me an investigation roll then again. Are you just doing it or are all you having a look?
You can do.
Yeah,
You
can do it.
No,
There's 4 of us
I was
and there's
going to
4
say,
corners.
the longer we wait, the further away.
Jesus, don't believe it.
Bilbo's standing at the door,
20.
hopping from foot to foot, and they're going, come on.
Okay, fine. That's what distracted me. Looking at Bilbo, I roll a 1. So
Yeah, I got another nat 20.
oh, nice.
Well, you look around and there's nothing really.
Oh, that was weird.
The place is just,
nat 20.
it's just an empty building
Shell of a house.
with a couple of kind of little fires that have been there, scorch marks on the ground from when people stayed here overnight and stuff like that. So, like, just nothing much. Like, I'd say because you got the nat 20, that there is a shape of a club on the mantelpiece.
That's what I was hoping for. Something to tell us it is worth following.
So you'd think the club was definitely up there, but someone just got there just before you.
Okay, so are we all following, guys?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
All tracking.
Give us a hunting check, just so for tracking the owl tracks.
12 plus 2, 14.
Oh, dirty 20 again. I rolled a. Hang on, no, sorry, I rolled a 19, 23.
It's grand. He's only needed 5. So it's fine. So you go back out.
Morin's rolling.
Wait until the combat happens. I'm probably going to roll crap. I just found a mithril dice that I bought.
So you go back out King's Wardy and you're following the tracks, and it doesn't take long before you spot a small hobbit, and you get up close.
As opposed to a giant one.
They're all small hobbits.
An adult hobbit.
Okay.
And you see him, he's kind of looking around, and Bilbo goes, "Hey, you, stop!" And he turns around and goes, "Oh, sorry, I'm just looking for my daughter, Myrtle. She disappeared today, and she's a very competitive goblin knocker player, and she's been hearing talk about the Bull Roarers Club, and I think she came up here looking for it."
How many sets of footprints was there?
2.
And we went one way as opposed to the other.
No, they were all both going the same direction. So obviously one was
he's following her.
And he's looking for his daughter. So
okay. So can one of us check if the track is following on from where he's going, like to see if we believe him.
Yeah, give us another hunting check.
All these high rolls
All
were
of
about
us.
to get low. But I don't today. That's an 18 plus 4. Jesus. 22.
7.
5 plus 4, 9.
I'm
Yep.
going to roll nothing but 2s if we get into a combat.
So-
Wait till you see.
You just kind of look
Yeah.
ahead of him, and he can't kind of see the tracks, but you have keener eyes, and you're like, ah, she must have gone that way. And he's like, oh, if I don't bring her back or find her, my wife's gonna kill me. Because she disappeared today around lunchtime, and I was out in the fields, and my wife said that she never came back in for her lunch, so I decided to head up this way to see could I get her. Because
Okay.
it looks like what are you here for, by the way? I didn't expect to find anyone at the dead of night up here, up this end.
I
Bilbo?
don't. We can explain that
We're
later. I
hobbit
suppose.
hunting.
The main thing is we'll give you a hand with finding your daughter, and then once that's sorted, then we can discuss why we're here. Like,
Bilbo just puts his arm around me, goes, "Don't worry, we'll find your daughter." But a funny suspicion that we're both looking for the same thing, so we'll help you. And from now on, because Myrtle has good eyesight, you get advantage on checks.
I thought we're going to be going to a bank though.
Aren't we looking for Myrtle?
Well, Myrtle, you decipher that Myrtle has Bull Roarers Club. So
Okay.
if you find Myrtle, you find the club.
That's what I was thinking. And what was his name again?
His name is Mort Mudfoot.
More.
Mort.
Okay.
Mort.
Well,
So-
don't you, I was going to say, don't you worry. Now that there's a lot more of us, that's a lot many more eyes to be looking for your daughter. So, like Mr. Bilbo said, we should find her.
So the night is clear and cool, and a waxing moon is up in the sky, and it's kind of doing shadows across the landscape. There's no well-trodden road. The ground is uneven, and you're fucking easily be caught in a hole, or your leg grow weary. And your legs grow weary as you plod along through the moss-covered terrain. Bilbo starts yawning, and these are all kind of fighting the weight of your eyelids because it's like the dead of night at this stage. Is are searching for Myrtle, and do any of us have a torch or anything, or a lamp, or because it's getting fairly
Yeah,
dark?
didn't
That was the other night.
yeah, but surely you'd still have them in your pack, wouldn't you?
I have a hooded lantern, so I'm going to they can be very, very bright, or you can narrow down the light source. So I
Yeah.
should have
I've
actually
got
got some more flasks.
I've got a torch as well, I think, in my
So-
adventure pack.
How are you gonna search for her? Like as
Can
I
we-
said,
I mean-
it's late at night. It's cold. It's dark. She's a little kid. So
Maybe
how-
we could light a
We-
bonfire or something, and she could come towards the light.
Yeah, but would she if she's running, if she's hiding, if
you-
she's run to hide?
If I was scared in the dark and I couldn't see anything, and suddenly there was a light source, I might think it might be like again, it's the Shire, so you know, of all the
okay.
dangerous things, I wouldn't be thinking that in the Shire. I might
Well,
think
we
it's a
can-
house or
Yeah.
a camp. But it's just a
Okay.
suggestion, like.
No, we can send
Does-
maybe you and Bilbo to light a fire, and then us three can carry on looking.
yeah, but you
does
just don't
Bilbo
want
know
to
the area
separate
well?
because do you really want to?
Does Bilbo know the area well?
No, this is the first time he's been up here.
No. Okay.
Okay, well let's
Well,
light
Mort
a fire.
does.
And then we'll go
Mort
look.
would know a
Mort-
bit better.
Is,
Mort does.
do we ask Mort? Is there any like known open buildings around here or buildings near?
Well, we
other
could
than the one we
look
were in?
for a shelter. Maybe she went to look for somewhere to sleep for the night. Like
Okay,
she's-
well,
you can give me an explore check.
Grand.
Explore.
This is what I think I started.
Explore is nothing. So
Yeah, there we go. Back to normal. I get a 4. I get a 4.
I'm never gonna find this kid.
What did you
I
get?
got an 18. Let me just see what my bonus is. Explore 2, so 21.
Yeah, so
Thanks,
you just walk another. You follow the tracks a bit further, like they're getting harder and harder to see. Oh, sorry, with Mort there, you just get advantage, so used to roll again. Anyway,
Oh yeah, sweet.
Oh.
So 15 plus 4.
6.
17.
that's grand. So you come across. Well, you notice there's
Sorry,
a
15. Sorry, it's plus 2.
Plus, I can see in the dark as well. I should have got another bonus, shouldn't I? Oh well, doesn't matter.
it's grand. You just passed anyway. So you just discover the remnants of a camp, but you notice that it was too skillfully set up to be Myrtle. There's even a small little fire pit that was hand dug out with rings of stone around it. So it's someone that has been living in the wilderness for a while, and it's definitely not Myrtle.
Oh.
That's not good.
Okay, well, we need to carry on looking then, don't we? Try and find where Myrtle is. There's no point going to that camp. Would she have gone to that camp? Ask her dad.
If the fire was there, maybe, but I can't really see any footprints at the moment. Give me an investigation check.
Everyone again?
Yeah, I'll even do it for Bilbo. You failed
17.
with advantage.
plus-
So
9.
roll it twice. So
That's a 17.
Oh, yeah,
and
9.
yeah, 17 is the best one.
Investigation.
you just look.
Yeah. 17
Down.
plus 1, 18.
You just look down for tracks, and you see Myrtle's again. You pick up her tracks, but you see there's another set of tracks following hers, and they're larger, kind of booted footprint, and they're definitely not hobbits.
Okay, well, we all need to get followed then, don't we? With our torches so we can see what's going on.
Pick up the pace.
Yeah.
Give us another hunting check with advantage.
Well, thank God for that advantage, because that was terrible.
18. Wait, plus
14.
2, 20.
17.
As
My
you
first
are
one was
leaving,
3.
as you are leaving the camp, Gil notices a little sliver of a pretty yellow dress, and he shows it to Mort, and he goes, "Yeah, that's Myrtle. She had to come this way." So you just follow the tracks anyway, and they're actually easier to follow than you expected. So you don't need to do any more checks.
Oh, God.
And
Sorry, just Declan, would the piece of fabric be from getting caught in a bush or something like that, or been like maybe from someone grabbing?
it's just a torn piece. You wouldn't be able to
Would they
tell.
tell? Okay, cool. I'm just wondering if these people were tracking have her, or if she's just running away from them or something. No worries.
So he's walking further and further into the moors. It's getting kind of harder and harder to kind of walk because it's so marshy and sludgy. Give us and every now and then, as you heard in Oatbarton, you see a silhouette of someone just out of your vision, the eye line of your vision. But when you kind of get too close, he kind of disappears. Give us a riddle check.
Oh God, this is new.
Riddle me this, Batman.
Riddle.
15, Riddler.
Plus
15.
1.
18.
And then.
Yeah.
15.
2 years. Yeah, you passed anyway.
18. Ooh.
You notice. Does anyone have woodcraft?
Woodcraft.
No,
Anyone?
I've got.
Where would that be
Oh.
under efficiencies?
No, it would have been your feats, wouldn't it, or something like that, or skills. It's like you.
If
I think
anyone
you have
would, only
a.
if we could
I have
do-
smithing tools.
You have smitten craft or something like that. Don't you?
Yeah,
Smith
smithing
craft?
tools and land vehicles under my proficiencies. Hang on, let me have a look. I read everything down. Skills.
I have songcraft.
Yeah, he has
Yeah.
songcraft. Yeah.
I have animal
Like-
craft.
craft.
Well, anyway, you notice that the silhouette, it's making longer strides. Like it's definitely either an elf or a man. And it has a
Elfman.
apparent skill in woodcraft. That's why it can keep kind of disappearing into the woods and stuff every time you get closer. But he seems to be slightly intentionally leading you somewhere.
Ah. Is this a trap? Guys, is this a trap? Feels very trappy. I feel trapped. I'm feeling a little bit trapped. I'm just going to say I'm feeling a bit trapped.
Gil, just undo your shirt there and you'll feel better. Just breathe deeply.
That's a bit weird, that, Martin. It's a bit weird. I won't lie.
Well, I'm not doing it for you, so just be thankful. I'm not. It'll be a bit weirder.
If there's a child life at risk, it's worth it, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Okay.
So hours of pursuit mean that when you see a darker patch of bracken and heather ahead, the sky has started to turn from the deep blackness of night into a deep blue of the early hours of the morning, just before dawn. You followed Myrtle and the stranger's tracks for miles now. You've little doubt that she came this way. As you get closer, you start to notice that dark patch is not due simply to a different vegetation. There's some ancient stones jutting out of the ground, low crumbling walls hinting that this used to be a very different place, a fort, a town maybe. Few hobbits have seen this place, and as you make your first steps towards forward among the stones, stories of kings and armored-cladded warriors fill your head. Ching, ching, ching. Just as you and the group, just as Bilbo and the group are about to explore the heather-covered ruins, a rumbling growl seems to rise from the ground itself. It's a bellowing shout bearing some resemblance to human speech, echoing among the ancient stones. You then hear a high, panicked voice call out nearby.
To be continued.